Hello, dear Cancer. Do you feel that light breeze that circulates around you, almost as if the air carries a whisper that only your sensitive heart can decipher? It seems that every particle of wind holds a secret, a story or a memory, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself before you. But before we explore this enigmatic atmosphere that surrounds you, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like this content, and share it with whoever you think needs that same dose of inspiration. And to tune into the energies even more intensely, leave a comment saying, "I received the energy of now," followed by the city where you are watching me from. This simple gesture will open portals of connection and amplify the positive vibrations that hover over your path. It's as if a shiver runs through your skin, bringing subtle messages about the importance of harmonizing the inner world with the outside you, Cancer, who understands the language of the tides and respects each phase that life presents to you, are more receptive than ever to the changes that arise. There is a tone of renewal dancing in the air, vaguely reminiscent of the gentle ringing of distant bells. If you close your eyes for a few seconds, you might be able to capture that sound, a soft chant that echoes with your heartbeat. This subtle warning invites you to embrace transformations that, although they may seem strange at first, promise to lead you to places of greater clarity. While diving into this vibration, notice how balance and strategy are necessary to lead the day. A specific aroma, perhaps something that reminds you of freshly picked flowers or freshly brewed coffee, can be your guide when making decisions. Whenever you smell this perfume, remember to analyze each option calmly, valuing both what your instinct tells you and the wisdom you carry over the years. While love and relationships heat up in a corner of your chest, work and creativity demand attention, almost like an urgent agenda that seeks agile solutions. At this rate, it is important to understand the tone of voice of the people around you. Quieter conversations can hide tension, while fast and enthusiastic speeches usually signal openness to new ideas. Use this as a compass to interact at the right time with the right words. Love and relationships seem to bring an extra note of tenderness, as if someone very close to you lightly touched your hand to remind you that everything is okay. If you are in a relationship, you may feel the warmth of silent complicity, manifesting itself in a smile or a look that needs no explanation. If you are single, pay attention to those whispers that the wind insists on bringing, as they could mean the arrival of someone who understands your depths. While love heats up, work demands calm. You may come across projects that require your sensitivity, testing your patience and asking you to put your heart into every detail without losing objectivity. The key is knowing when to dive in for good and when to stay on the surface, observing the scenario broadly. When it comes to finances, the tip is to review the foundations you have already built. Sometimes a hesitation when touching a document or a quick change in ambient light can be signs that something needs your immediate attention. If, by chance, when reviewing accounts or planning, you come across a different taste in your mouth, a sweet where before there was only bitterness, or vice versa, see it as a reminder to notice what is out of place. Small substitutions, like exchanging superfluous spending for smart investments, can generate big rewards. And even if an unexpected expense appears, try not to despair. It may be the perfect opportunity to reorganize priorities. In terms of health and well-being, the message is simple but powerful. Respect your pace. You may feel slight pressure in your shoulders or a twinge of tiredness in your feet at the end of the day. If this happens, try to take a few minutes to stretch your body or simply close your eyes and breathe deeply. Contact with something cool, be it a night breeze on the balcony or cold water in the shower, can renew your energy in surprising ways. It is in this subtle care that you find the strength necessary to face the demands that arise, without losing the inner balance that defines you. Luck and intuition shine in your day like stars that appear, little by little, in the sky of a colorful evening. If, as you move around your house or work, you hear a repetitive sound, something like the ticking of a clock or an insistent drip, see it as a mystical warning to pay more attention to events. It may be that an opportunity is going unnoticed, or that someone around you needs a gesture of care and is unable to express it in words. Trust your sixth sense, as it will guide you to see the essence of situations, even when circumstances try to hide the truth. In personal and professional relationships, harmony can come from interesting partnerships that mix your sensitivity with another person's practicality. On the other hand, independence also sets the tone for the day, making you want to resolve certain issues alone without so much interference from others. Knowing how to merge these two universes, that of cooperation and that of individualism, is the art that you are able to master at this moment. While talking to colleagues or family members, leave space for each person to present their point of view. You'll often notice that by opening yourself up to what others think creative, solutions to old problems emerge. When it comes to planning and goals, don't hesitate to review your purposes. Maybe something you planned months ago no longer makes as much sense today. And there is no problem in changing the script, adjusting it according to the experiences you have. It may be that suddenly an object out of place catches your attention, like a book open to a random page, a cup forgotten on the table, or even a pair of shoes turned sideways. These objects, apparently out of place, can symbolize internal changes that you have been avoiding facing. When tidying up that object or returning it to its original location, ask yourself if it might also be time to organize some aspect of your life that is lacking direction. Spirituality and inner growth appear as a renewing source, reminding you that the answers are not always outside. Set aside a few minutes, at the beginning or end of the day, to collect yourself in silence. It could be a short meditation, a sincere prayer, or just contemplating something simple, like a plant swaying in the wind. This interval, no matter how small, can bring insights into what is truly important. When the rush takes over your time, remember that there is a sacred place within you where nothing and no one can enter without permission. However, not everything is rosy. Challenges and obstacles are also part of the package and can manifest themselves as a harsh word you hear in a conversation, a delay that messes up your routine, or a criticism that shakes your confidence. If this happens, understand that life, like the sea, works in cycles. Sometimes the tides are calm. In others, they shake with intensity. When you come across a stronger wave, allow yourself to feel it, but also remember that you know how to swim in these waters. Reevaluate priorities and notice if something is out of line. It may be the right time to rearrange your agenda. You renegotiate deadlines or simply say no when necessary to protect your own well-being. Keep an eye out for a unique sign of the day, an ordinary object that will suddenly stand out and have special meaning. It could be a piece of paper, a sticker, or even a pen that you find in an unusual place. This object can bring a symbolic message about something that needs healing, transformation, or renewal in your life. When you come across this unexpected piece, try to reflect on what it can represent and how you can apply this learning in practice. Now, I ask you a reflective question. Is there a moment in your day that you usually live automatically and that, if you looked at it more carefully, could bring valuable lessons? Think about this as you navigate the remaining hours. For great treasures may be hidden in the most routine habits. And if you think that this horoscope can awaken a new vision of life in someone, share the video with those who need courage to change, showing that evolution is found in the details that we often ignore. Reaching the end of this journey, remember that you, dear Cancer, are like a shell that holds within you the most precious pearl, your own sensitivity. And just like the ocean, you alternate between moments of calm and storm, but you always move forward, renewing yourself. at each stage. If this message calmed your desires or gave you a little push to face challenges, click on the bell so that the stars never lose their way to you, and leave your thumbs up to shower with affection the exchanges we make here. I sincerely thank you for sharing these minutes with you, trusting the beats of your heart to this reading. May the rest of your day be full of sweetness, although with just the right amount of boldness, and may each choice reflect the sincere radiance that lives in your soul. Remember, you are a child of the tides, and as such, you know how to adjust to the ripples and big waves of life. See you tomorrow, dear Cancer. May your inner waters remain clear and ready to reflect the beauties that the world still holds for you.